Etymology. First used in English in 1539, the word parasite comes from the medieval French parasite, from the Latinized form parasitus, from ancient Greek parasitos, one who eats at the table of another, in turn from para, beside, by, and sitos, wheat, food. The related term parasitism appears in English from 1611. Evolutionary strategies. Basic concepts. Parasitism is a kind of symbiosis, a close and persistent long-term biological interaction between a parasite and its host. Unlike saprotrophs, parasites feed on living hosts, though some parasitic fungi, for instance, may continue to feed on hosts they have killed. Unlike commensalism and mutualism, the parasitic relationship harms the host, either feeding on it or, as in the case of intestinal parasites, consuming some of its food. Because parasites interact with other species, they can readily act as vectors of pathogens, causing disease. Predation is by definition not a symbiosis, as the interaction is brief, but the entomologist E.O. Wilson has characterized parasites as predators that eat prey in units of less than one. Within that scope are many possible strategies. Taxonomists classify parasites in a variety of overlapping schemes, based on their interactions with their hosts and on their life cycles, which can be complex. An obligate parasite depends completely on the host to complete its life cycle, while a facultative parasite does not. Parasite life cycles involving only one host are called direct, those with a definitive host and at least one intermediate host are called indirect. An endoparasite lives inside the host's body. An ectoparasite lives outside, on the host's surface. Mesoparasites, like some copepods, for example, enter an opening in the host's body and remain partly embedded there. Some parasites can be generalists, feeding on a wide range of hosts, but many parasites, and the majority of protozoans and helminths that parasitize animals, are specialists and extremely host-specific. An early basic, functional division of parasites distinguished microparasites and macroparasites. These each had a mathematical model assigned in order to analyze the population movements of the host parasite groupings. The microorganisms and viruses that can reproduce and complete their life cycle within the host are known as microparasites. Macroparasites are the multicellular organisms that reproduce and complete their life cycle outside of the host or on the host's body. Much of the thinking on types of parasitism has focused on terrestrial animal parasites of animals, such as helminths. Those in other environments and with other hosts often have analogous strategies. For example, the snub-nosed eel is probably a facultative endoparasite that opportunistically burrows into and eats sick and dying fish. Plant-eating insects such as scale insects, aphids, and caterpillars closely resemble ectoparasites, attacking much larger plants. They serve as vectors of bacteria, fungi, and viruses which cause plant diseases. As female scale insects cannot move, they are obligate parasites, permanently attached to their hosts. The sensory inputs that a parasite employs to identify and approach a potential host are known as host cues. Such cues can include, for example, vibration,